Media.
Hi, my name is Ronnie Cruz. After almost 2 decades as a career network marketer, I realized that despite continual work on my personal and professional development, that I had hit a massive brick wall. So I took a deep and honest look at myself, top to bottom, hoping to find answers, and my search led me to one conclusion. The definitions I held of my business, of my world, of my life were the very things holding me back. If I wanted to change, if I wanted to grow beyond my current circumstances, I had to wipe the slate clean and redefine. This show is dedicated to helping you identify the belief systems, the mindsets, the very definitions that have held you back, and then help you break through those limitations to finally create the life you've been working so hard to achieve. Welcome to the Redefine Podcast.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Today, I want to talk about marketing funnels. That's right, online marketing funnels, because it's everything. It's everything. It's marketing. So if you don't have a grasp of this, then all of the stuff that you're doing is going to be really, it's just going to be too scattered and not directed. So you want to have a direction for your marketing, and you want to have a purpose and intention for all the content that you're creating, right? Now, marketing for me, like the funnel itself, like creating an actual online funnel was a little intimidating. And it was one of the first things that I learned. But I learned it conceptually, right? Like I knew in principle and in theory what it looked like, but I didn't understand how it worked until I actually could see the moving pieces in action. And so my grasp of online marketing really started to accelerate this year because I've been launching stuff, right? With the course, the first course, Influencer Masterclass in March, and then the subsequent courses after that, I've really gotten a good handle on what marketing looks like, because I got to fill the courses, right? I got to get people to these things. So I wanted to explain that to you so that, again, you have more structure, and your content creation isn't just everywhere. It's intentional and it has a purpose. So a funnel really basically is you're taking your audience on one end, and you're leading them down this funnel of increasing value, or you're leading them up a ladder of increasing value, however, whatever metaphor or analogy you want to think of. But you're basically leading an audience from a free consumer to paid customer, right? Because of the increasing value. On the front end, that's driving traffic, right? That's what the funnel looks like. You're driving traffic into this funnel with your content, basically. Now, you can do paid traffic. I've only started recently diving into paid traffic, and I encourage you to really be careful of that, because paid traffic you can lose your shirt, really. If you don't know what you're doing, you can spend a lot of money experimenting with ad copy, with all that stuff. There's a lot of pieces to that, and I'd rather you just hold off on that until you have a better grasp of the entire actual funnel. If you want to, if you have money to burn, then that's up to you. Go ahead and dive into paid traffic. However, I love free traffic. I love organic traffic and content creation because it's accessible to everybody. Regardless of what your budget is, you can get your marketing funnel started with free content and organic traffic. You can get it off and running without it. Now, it does take longer, sure, but there are other benefits to that, and I could talk about that in another episode, right? The benefits of organic traffic. So that's where I would focus, and I would encourage you to focus. And again, it's more accessible to people, right? Free content equals free traffic. So you're starting with your free content. That's the front end of your funnel, and that's what it serves two purposes, right? Your free content out there, your social posts, your blogs, your YouTubes, your podcasts, Pinterest, whatever free content you're putting out there on a daily basis. That's designed to grow your audience, which is attracting your audience, right? And number two, it's to grow your influence, right? As you grow your audience, you're gonna continue to provide them value. That audience will then see, okay, Ronnie knows what he's talking about, right? So that has a two-pronged purpose, purpose and intention, and which is awesome, right? It gets people at the beginning of your funnel. Now, you want to lead them off of those platforms because those platforms can change. We've learned that the algorithm can change overnight, and that can affect your viewership. That can affect well, it can affect your engagement. It can affect everything, right? So you want to be independent of that. Otherwise, you're going to be at the whim of the algorithm, and you don't want your business resting on that at all. You want it more predictable. You want it to be something that you can control. So you get them off of the platforms and onto an email list. Simple, right? Email list is something that you own. It's something that you worked for. It's something that you can control. Now, how do you get them from the online free content into a email list? Well, like I said, increase the value. Offer them something that they're not necessarily getting in the free content, and it has to have enough value for them to give up their email for. And it doesn't have to be super complicated. It could be a simple guide, like a fitness influencers easy 5-step guide to losing belly fat, or a 5-step guide to eating better that can help you shed weight. Whatever it might be. Yeah, like something really simple that you can put together that people will be willing, from your audience, right? That already you have a high influence with, that they'll be willing to give up their email for. Again, more value, right? Leading them down the funnel. Now, the cool thing about the online funnel, or really any funnel, is that people are selecting themselves in. It's not something that you have to do any kind of coercive sales on, right? They're just selecting themselves in organically. And again, that's why I love it. You're not twisting anybody's arm. People that get to your email list want to be there. Right. So you have that email list, and again, this can apply to any niche, whether you're a fitness instructor, a realtor, a network marketer, an artist, a dancer. Right? Hey, sign up for my newsletter and get updates on when I'm teaching my next course, or what city I'm going to be in to teach my next course, or whatever it might be, right? Like you can get really creative with this stuff, but as long as you're providing more value, enough value for them to give up their email. Now, in their email, once they're in there, then you're just providing more value in that email, right? On that list, you're sending a periodic email at least once a week, providing them more value that they're not necessarily getting in the free content, right? This is where you nurture your relationship and your community, right? You really want to serve them at a high level. From there, of course, you make another offer. It's like making offers along the way, to something that eventually is a paid offer, right? Whether it's a course, whether it's products and services, whatever it might be. You've led people down. Yeah, what the word am I looking for? You've led people into this funnel far enough where they've seen your value. You've nurtured the relationship and the community every step of the way. That when you make an offer that costs money, the value is so high in that offer, and your influence is already so high by the time they get to this point in your funnel, that they'll be willing to exchange money for that value. Right? Again, it's an ever increasing value ladder, and you're taking people up there, and they're selecting themselves into it. Right? As long as the main thing is the key point is, as long as you're providing value every step of the way, then they're gonna be more than willing to pay for that value at the end of the funnel. Right? And so that's really it. That's the broad strokes. As you are putting yourself out online, think of it that way, right? Like think of it as the content and the value that you're providing, and you're creating an ever increasing level of value, so that they'll eventually want to give up their email and eventually want to pay for that value, right? All right, so that's it. Conceptually, hopefully that makes sense. Again, if you want to deep dive into it, the May event, May 4, 5, and 6, Redefine Network Marketing, is going to be the event to go to. So I will let you know as soon as the early bird registration opens up next week. I'll make you guys... I'll make sure you guys are the first to know about it. But beyond that, if you want to have a further discussion about online marketing funnels, then come join us in the community, facebook.com/group/redefine community. And yeah, just ask away. If there's anything that you're curious about when it comes to online marketing funnels, that's the place to have a further discussion on, right? All right, so that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Something I've forgotten to ask, for a long time is, like and subscribe, right? If you're listening to this podcast, go ahead and hit the plus sign at the top of whatever app you happen to be listening on. And if there's ratings and reviews available, please give me a rating and review. That will be very, very helpful. And it's great feedback for me. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment in the comment section if you want. If you want to share, please share. Save the episode, whatever it might be, right? Like that really helps. I'm really now starting to look at YouTube more to grow my presence on YouTube. There's a video every day, and I have a lot of content out there now at this point. So yeah, let's get it. I'm at like 290 subscribers. Let's get this to 200 before the end of the week. Oh, sorry, not 200. I don't want to rewind. Let's get this to 300 by the end of the week. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube, and share it away with your friends and family. I don't know, who knows, whoever. If you found value in this, my point is, sorry, if you find value in this, chances are somebody else will find value in it as well. And so by sharing it, you'll help them find that value. All right, I'm gonna go before this goes completely off the rails. Thanks for tuning in. More from me tomorrow. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.